Oops.
Right. You know what? I'm pretty sure most of these guys are, probably a good portion of these guys are Minecraft players as well. All right. Are you guys ready? Looking at the clock.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Pushing the event live. Woohoo! All right. So why don't we just wait a few seconds to make sure everything's working on the end of the viewers, and as soon as that is clear, I'll start the show. All right. Well, it says we're live. Do you guys want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Let me just pull up the timer. Let me just there we go. Cue up Andrew. All right. Whenever you're ready, Andrew.
Sure. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Today is June 24th, 2013.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the one and only Bad Communication Podcast.
From Osaka, I'm Andrew Hawkins.
And from the lovely city of Tokushima, my name is Hiroki Matsuuchi.
And from Tokyo, I'm Alex Kobayashi.
And today, I am proud to announce that the Bad Communication Podcast has become a national treasure. Yes.
Finally.
Finally.
International treasure.
God, it's been way too long. I'm kind of upset at the Unesco committee for not choosing us for this honor earlier. But hey, we made it, guys. Congratulations. I don't know, what exactly does it mean to be a national treasure?
It means that people in Japan talk about you more.
Yeah.
And they want to mention you.
Sweet.
What else? I think like no development, no commercial or governmental development maybe constructed on the Bad Communication Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. All right, well, guys, welcome to episode number 149 of the Bad Communication Netcast, the video netcast all about Japan. And congratulations, not to the Bad Communication Netcast, but to Mount Fuji for becoming a UNESCO World Heritage Site. All right, guys, so we're going to clean the show up a little bit. This is our second time broadcasting on the Rocket Boom channel, and we heard you guys loud and clear. And we've got an awesome show, packed full of all sorts of great content. So without further ado, shall we jump into the first story, which is also where we got our name from. So this article comes to us via the BBC and is titled, Japan's Mount Fuji wins UNESCO World Heritage Status. So Japan's cone-shaped snow-topped volcano Mount Fuji, which is the symbol of Japan, let me pull it up on the screen for you guys, has finally been called by the United Nations UNESCO a World Heritage Site. And
I thought that already happened a long time ago.
So did I. But, yeah, well, it was kind of interesting, actually. In this particular case, they named it as a cultural World Heritage Site rather than a natural heritage site, which, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. But, I mean, very large parks are usually natural heritage sites. However, the reason why they chose Fuji is, of course, it is a very beautiful mountain. Tens of thousands of hikers scale it every year. However, UNESCO said that Mount Fuji had inspired artists and poets and has been the object of kind of pilgrimages, religious and secular otherwise, for centuries. And that's the reason why they're kind of initiating it or inaugurating it into the World Heritage Hall of Fame. So Mount Fuji, for those of you guys who don't know, is southwest of Tokyo and is Japan's highest mountain. It's still an active volcano at 3,776 meters tall, which is 12,460 feet tall. And despite it being an active volcano, actually the last time it erupted was a little bit more than 300 years ago. So
it seems like it's just about on time.
Probably, yeah. It's,
to do it imminently.
Well, do you guys remember the article we talked about before about how the snow was very, very quickly receding from Fuji? So people were freaking out, thinking that it was spelled an imminent eruption. But, yeah, hopefully.
False alarm.
Well, looks pretty snow-capped in this picture.
Well, I don't know. The thing about geology is it could happen tomorrow. It could happen 10 years from now.
Yeah.
When you're talking about a short time in geology, actually even 100 years is a short time in geology.
Oh
so-
yeah, 100 years is like a blink of the eye. Yeah, I love the earthquake predictions for the area in which kind of Andrew and I are living. People, these seismologists say like, oh well, we're due for a big earthquake. Well, when's it going to happen? Well, yeah, it could happen tomorrow, or it could happen within the next 30 years. We're not really so sure, but
Right, and there was a lot of stuff going on about them saying, like, after the Tohoku earthquake in 2011, that the pressure in Mount Fuji's magma chamber was huge, and it was just itching to erupt.
right.
But it turned out that all of that was completely speculative, and that there's no way to really measure the pressure inside of a volcano's magma chamber.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you guys: have you climbed Fuji? I have yet to make the trek. I think I've asked you this before. No.
Nope.
I have not.
Any
Someday.
interest?
Someday.
Eventually, yeah.
It's funny. I went to
After it explodes.
Yeah, right. It's 3,776 meters tall now. Given another 30 years, it might be significantly shorter. It's when I went to Mont Bell, just in the local mall, and they were selling hiking supplies. And among the hiking supplies was canned O2. Have you guys ever seen this before?
Yes.
So it wasn't like a canister of O2, and I'm actually not sure if it was pure oxygen or if it was the air mixture, which is primarily nitrogen. But it's funny, the uses, of course, because it was a camping shop, they said it was primarily for, high altitude hiking. But there were a series of pictures on the side of this particular canister, and one of them was like a really tired office worker, really tired, salary man at work who just needs that extra pick-me-up. So, if you're feeling a little bit down, just kind of one of these cans of oxygen, and you should be good to go.
I'm not a doctor, but it seems like habitually using pure oxygen would be bad for you.
Well, pure O2, you can get oxygen poisoning, essentially. I'm not sure if it's pure O2, though.
Well, I
Probably-
remember seeing oxygen being sold for with performance boosting advertising.
Isn't that, according to Olympic regulations, isn't that considered doping if you inhale pure oxygen before the event?
I think there is a form of doping. You see, well, people do altitude training.
Right.
They train at high altitudes because there's not as much oxygen.
So it kind of acclimates
And the reason
them,
that's
right?
an advantage is it forces your body to produce more red blood cells.
Right.
Somebody was telling me that you do altitude training, and then right before the event, you load up on pure oxygen, and it just makes you super high energy. I don't know.
Interesting.
It seems like, if you train at high altitude, you get more red blood cells. But it seems like if you trained using extra oxygen all the time, that would decrease your body's ability to absorb oxygen.
Right, that would make sense.
I would think.
Because your body thinks like, oh, I've got plenty of oxygen now.
Right.
I don't need all these extra red blood cells. Anyway, we're not doctors.
Yeah.
So why don't we move on to the next story, talking all about some pretty sweet video game trailers.
Yeah, because we are all gamers here.
That's true.
Yeah, this
Go
is
Minecraft.
Was brought from last week's articles about E3 and stuff.
It's a little bit late, yeah.
It's a little bit late, but news is news. So Nintendo's two new Smash Brother games have one of the coolest trailers ever brought to us from Rocket News 24 and basically all gaming news sites.
Yeah, it's a bit of a spoiler alert, I guess.
Spoilers, so if you don't want to know the new Smash Brothers characters, get out of here for a sec. Anyways, there were three brand new Smash Brother characters announced, and a couple of them were kind of obvious and speculated, but one of them came out of nowhere, which was the Wii Fit Trainer from the Wii Fit series.
She's not actually a character, is she?
She is, actually.
What? No way.
It seems like a joke, but yeah, there was actually play footage of her, fighting on the stages and stuff.
Kicking ass. Was that for? I thought it was just for promotional purposes. Can you explain the trailer before we go on?
Right, the trailer it starts off with the actual Wii Fit game screen, telling you to do your stretches, And then it zooms out into Mario, Link, and Kirby doing stretches as well.
Right.
And then the Wii Fit Trainer's like staring at them. And then
super pissed off.
She uses some kind of like explosive move to blow them all away.
Totally Kamehamehas. Well, not really, I guess.
Well, some kind of blast.
No way.
Type of thing. So
I had no idea that she was actually one of the playable characters. I thought she was just in the commercial.
Yeah, she is a playable character now, and it kind of surprised everybody because it came out of nowhere.
It was just like this very bland, generic, absolutely no personality, three-dimensional model of what you're supposed to be doing when you exercise in your Wii Fit, right?
Right. It looks like one of those models from the previous Smash series where they just come out, as a punching bag or something.
Right, exactly. Well, who are the other two characters?
The other two, well, I'll go in order, I guess. The other one is the villager from the Animal Crossing series, which kind of spawned a meme all over the internet.
Really?
Yeah, because he has all sorts of different tools from the Animal Crossing series, and one of them was the axe to chop down the tree. And people have taken that image and kind of made him look sinister. And all these meme images are popping up with like blood all over him and stuff. It's kind of hilarious.
He's super creepy looking.
Yeah. Say. And finally, the last one is the Blue Bomber Mega Man.
This is gonna be cool. I'm pretty excited. I played Super Smash Bros. On and off for a while, but I'm excited for these new characters. It looks really good.
Last time I played it was back in the N64 days, I think.
It's come a long way since then.
It sure has.
This is really cool. Are you guys actually going to run out and buy a Wii U for this? That's the big question, I think.
Maybe.
No.
I do have a 3DS, so I can play it on 3DS as well.
That is true, yeah. All right, guys. Enough video game news. Why don't we jump into our last story before we hit the break? Talking all about some trains.
Train news, that's right. So, down in the southern island of Kyushu, JR Kyushu is introducing a new cruise train that's going to make the Shinkansen's exclusive green cars seem like the Yamanote line at rush hour.
Oh, sorry,
what to WHJ.
What are the green cars?
The green cars are like first class.
Okay.
They're the first class section of all of the Shinkansen trains and a lot of the limited express trains in Japan. And, I've ridden on them. Not bad. Me. They've got wider seats, but I don't know. When I rode on it, it didn't seem like that much to write home about.
Well, these things are going to blow you away.
Well, yeah, they are. So later this year, as I said, Kyushu Railway Company will be starting operations of their 7 stars in Kyushu cruise train. While East Japan Railway also announced plans for a new luxury sleeper train. But anyway, this Kyushu train in southwest Japan will have 14 suites. Some as big as 21 square meters or slightly smaller than the size of a 13 tatami mat flat.
Holy crap.
Actually, that's bigger than the place I'm living in
right
now.
I was about to say. 13 tatami mats is, that's a pretty decent size. God, these things look beautiful. I mean, these are just artist renderings, but wow. These are like traditional Japanese-style rooms crammed inside a train.
So that reminds me a little bit of what we talked about, the Kintetsu... I forgot the name of it already. Shiokaze. But this is much, much nicer.
Wow, this looks like the Titanic on rails.
Right.
Wow, I love this. It's like there's a bar with a grand piano, people in cocktail dresses, all very waspy, but hey.
That's right. So, yeah, they'll have personal bathrooms and expanded space in the suites. In the evenings, there will be live piano performances on board.
Holy crap.
Passengers boarding at Hakata Station can wait in a special lounge with wood paneling and furniture backed with deep green and blue fabric.
Wow.
So it's like an airline lounge.
Yeah.
First class airline lounge. However, this all comes with a pretty high price tag. A 4-day journey can cost up to 505,000 yen. 550,000 yen. That's about $5,500 for our American viewers.
$5,000 for a train ride.
Woohoo.
With stops in Aso, which is a volcanic and wildlife preserve.
So how
and
much?
Aoshima, which is an island rich with rare species of flora and fauna.
So how much does it cost? More money than you have,
Right.
essentially.
Yeah, a couple months' salary for me.
Whew. All right. Well, forget that. We're not going to be taking
Anyway.
any bad communication rail trips in Kyushu anytime soon.
Well, luxury sleeper trains go back about 20 years in Japan, because obviously with the launch of the Shinkansen, I mean, sleeper trains used to be really common in Japan back in the 50s. But after the Shinkansen launched and it became less expensive, there wasn't really much use for sleeper trains until they decided to make them luxurious. The first one was the Hokutose, meaning Northern Great Bear Constellation, which goes from Tokyo to Sapporo.
Mm.
And then after that was the Twilight Express, which we tried to ride one time, but
We
it
tried
was
that-
so outrageously popular that the tickets sold out in half a second.
Didn't we try that like 2 years in a row and failed both times?
Just 1 year in a row.
Was it? No, okay.
Anyway, that one goes from Osaka to Hokkaido.
Hmm.
And then the newest one, which is JR East's Cassiopeia, also another constellation name, which began in 1999. And that train is all luxury. Whereas the Hokutose and the Twilight Express also have lesser, more plebeian accommodation, although still pretty expensive.
Wow.
That train is entirely luxury.
All right.
Amazing.
Andrew,
And it's been outrageously successful.
Please,
I can understand why.
please get a ticket, hop on, and do some investigative journalism for us.
Right.
We'll stick to the local ones.
Yeah, yeah.
As soon as you send me my expense account.
Yeah, absolutely. It's on its way. All right. Kind of continuing on the theme of train porn. Last week we got some naysayers questioning whether or not we are actually in Japan, and it really doesn't make
Really?
a difference. I mean, I guess we could very well be in our parents' basements for all you guys know. But I did shoot a video last week to kind of disprove, again, all of you naysayers. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to watch this video, but we'll be back in just a few minutes. We're going to start immediately after the video ends. We've got some awesome stories on the other side of the break, so stick around, guys. See you
Bye.
in a few minutes. Bye.
Hey guys, it's Hiroki. On today's show, I know many of you were questioning whether or not Alexandra and I actually live in Japan. So here's some proof. I'm actually taking the express train to the neighboring town. I'm about to stop at one of the stops along the way, so I'll show you guys what it looks like out the front window. And there you go, a sign actually written in Japanese. It would be pretty hard for me to spoof that. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the show, guys.
Welcome back to the Bad Communication Podcast, or Netcast. That's what we're calling ourselves now.
Yeah, I guess. Well, some people did call us out on that. I guess. I feel like podcast's a pretty generic term,
Yeah.
meaning anything that you kind of broadcast over the internet that's maybe on demand. But yeah, I guess maybe we should move into the new era of online media. Call ourselves a netcast,
Or the Bad Communication Channel. How about that?
bad communication show. God, can't please everyone.
Man, you guys are so picky.
Anyway,
Sheesh.
That sweet little video that I shot on my phone was actually on the express train from Tokushima, which is a city you've never heard of, to Takamatsu, which is another city that you've never heard of before. But as you did see, I did pass a station with a sign written in Japanese, and it would require some pretty elaborate, I guess, spoofing to do that. So I guess I could do maybe some fancy video editing software. But yeah, again, that was just a little video I shot. Hey, if you guys want to see any other videos from around Japan, please, just leave a comment on our blog or on this video, and we'll do the best we can. I think Andrew prepared a little clip for next week.
Yeah, I did.
And
because it's up to me. Alex has got his Sub Tokyo channel, so
yeah, if you guys want to check out all sorts of videos that come out pretty frequently about Tokyo and subculture, it's youtube.com/subtokyo.
That's right.
What else? Anything else I wanted to take care of? Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm drinking tea. I pulled the sticker off of it. It says if you shake it 5 times, the smell gets better. So I think I'm just going to wear it for the rest of the day. Where does it go? If you shake me 5 times, I smell a lot better.
Oh,
all right.
Awesome.
Anyway, guys.
Well, I can tell you something that doesn't smell better.
Ooh, what's that?
Saliva and human armpits and various other things.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that one.
Which were used in a way that we might not think of it. Because back in Japan, in the Showa era, actually even today, I still think teachers and parents have much less qualms about physically hitting their children. Not abusively, not enough to cause serious injury, but a good thwack on the head sometimes.
Oh, yeah. If you go to any place like an amusement park or a zoo, not all parents, but every now and again, you'll hear a loud smack come from somewhere in the crowd, and you'll usually see a bawling child and a very angry parent.
Right.
Yeah, as Andrew said, it's, I think, a little bit less frowned upon here than it is in a country like the U.S., at least.
But according to Rocket News 24, corporal punishment in schools back in the Showa era, and that ended about 20 years ago, was so common that it was kind of unthinkable for a school not to have corporal punishment. And here are 5 of some of the worst corporal punishments that were meted out.
I wonder if this is real, but yeah, whatever.
Okay. Number 1, teachers who forced students to sniff their spit. So what they would do is they would lick their arms, and they would hold them next to the student's nose.
We can't make this up.
They would lick their arms until they were good and juicy, and then hold the spit under the students' noses, forcing them to smell.
I don't know.
The worse the kid was, the longer they had to sniff.
Is that a thing? Does spit smell bad or something?
Yeah, it does.
Can.
I guess so. Maybe if you don't brush your teeth for a while. Weird.
I don't know. You want to try it with your own?
You
ever smelled your own spit, even as a child?
Well, I mean,
Right now, it would smell like coffee.
it's in my mouth, so does that count? I don't
Well,
think
when it's in your mouth, it's not that big of a deal. But if you ever lick your hand and then smell it, you'll smell it.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Oh, guys, just a disclaimer. These cat pictures, as cute as they are, they actually have nothing to do with the story.
They're just added in for comedic value.
Yeah, they're pretty funny though. I love kitties.
What?
Kitty?
Number 2, teachers who walked around pinching students in the crotch with pliers. Yes, they actually did this, and sometimes it would leave welts.
Ouch.
Number 3, teachers who put their students in headlocks and forced them to smell their BO.
Interesting.
That's right. You just hold them in a headlock with their nose pointed towards your armpit.
I feel like I saw that
Wait.
in Dumb and Dumber or something.
And sometimes the smell would rub off on their faces, which is quite bad before lunch.
This required the teacher to not have taken a shower the previous day.
Yeah, I think
that's true.
I feel
But
like it's
anybody who's used Japanese deodorant knows that it kind of has a tendency to wash off or kind of come off in the hot summer the more you sweat.
right. Yeah, those solid deodorants are pretty much non-existent in Japan.
Right. Number 4, teachers who would hit students with taiko drumsticks.
Yeah.
It's also called bocce. Big, thick, solid wood things.
Yeah, these are not like the drumsticks that you're hitting your hi-hats with. These are big, nasty, heavy chunks of wood. That must suck.
That's almost like being caned. It says that some students were hurt so hard they lost consciousness.
Yeah, well, even more than that. Like I feel like canes are kind of like flexible. It's more about like leaving welts. You could break bones with these taiko sticks if you.
Yeah. Have you ever been hit by a cane?
No. Have you?
Neither have I, but I've heard that you pretty much instantly go dizzy.
Ew. All right.
That's why they use it as punishment in Singapore.
Yeah, it might be my. Caning for like chewing gum. That is Singapore,
Well,
isn't it?
caning is a formal punishment.
Right. That is Singapore, right? No chewing gum in Singapore?
Yeah, although that might have been liberalized.
I can never remember if it's Singapore or Hong Kong.
Well, anyway, a lot of Southeast Asian countries use caning as a form of criminal punishment.
Ew.
Number 5, teachers. I keep saying students. What's wrong with me? Teachers who crushed skulls.
Okay, this one's not as bad as you think, yeah.
Not literally, but they would just grip their foreheads around their crown of their skulls and with both hands and squeeze really hard. Apparently, the pain would last for quite a while.
This seems like a Mortal Kombat finishing move more than anything else. Finish him. I guess. It's pretty ridiculous. I'm glad the Showa era is over. Now we just have basketball coaches beating the crap out of their students until they commit suicide.
That's true.
All right.
Although we could argue that in other places it's gone too far in the other direction.
Oh, yeah.
The students are just allowed to do whatever they want.
Yeah, teachers afraid of students because of potential litigation.
Yeah.
That's a whole different topic. Anyway, on to lighter news. This next article also comes to us via Rocket News 24. This is more of like a pick than a full story. I'll play the pick music. Are you guys ready? Yeah, so as I said, this article comes to us via Rocket News 24 and is titled Going Up, One More Reason to Love Amazon Japan. And there are many reasons to love Amazon Japan. I do a lot of my shopping there, actually. However, cited in the upper reaches of Amazon's Japan's offices, these elevator doors, designed to resemble the company's tear-open delivery boxes, were snapped by a Japanese Twitter user and shared online this past weekend. And it's pretty cool. I'm going to pull it up. I don't know, you guys go shopping at, do you shop at Amazon often? Ever?
From time to time.
How about you, Alex? Are you an Amazon fan?
Just sometimes, too.
Don't tell me, you're not like a Rakuten fan or anything, are you?
No.
Okay.
No.
I've
Amazon
never
all the
used
way.
Rakuten in my life.
Rakuten's cool because they have they call it a marketplace more
They got
than
a lot of interesting stuff. It's mostly just links to markets, though, right?
Exactly, yeah. So Rakuten, it's kind of like an eBay type thing. Amazon offers a similar service, like individual vendors, third-party vendors can sell their stuff on Amazon, but Rakuten is like all third-party vendors, so you can get some pretty offbeat stuff. And kind of one of the cool things about Rakuten is if you work it out with the buyer, you can get it shipped almost anywhere in the world. So, I mean, if there's that really rare figurine that you really want, if you can find it on Rakuten, you can usually get in touch with the seller and have it shipped to, I don't know, US, Australia, Canada, you name it.
Sold.
Amazon is just crazy, though.
Yeah.
They got their mobile apps now, so you can load it up on your smartphone and shop, and they've got one-click ordering. Oh, I like that one.
Okay. There's another kind of funny story that I want to talk about with this. But first, I want to just quickly go through some what this article has to say. Although the speed and efficiency of most business in Japan has to be commended, online stores who offer home delivery in particular really do deserve special mention. And the article goes on to talk about some of the different payment methods offered by Amazon. The first one, cash on delivery, cash on demand, that's not so rare. That's, what is it called? Chakubarai, I think. It means like when it arrives, you pay.
Yeah.
But one of the other really cool things about Amazon is you can actually pay for items at the convenience store. So you can imagine, let's say you don't have a credit card, you're 15 years old, you want to buy something on Amazon, you go to the website, you make your purchase, you get like a confirmation number, you go to your local 7-Eleven, they have like this ATM kiosk type thing, and you can actually pay for your order at the kiosk in cash.
You enter your confirmation number into the Amazon thing on the terminal,
right.
And it'll print out a little receipt, and you just carry that up to the cashier, and he scans the barcode and he takes your cash.
I always thought that was such a cool idea.
It is
yeah.
pretty cool. I used it quite often before I managed to get a credit card.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. It makes credit cards for online purchases pretty much unnecessary. And it's really cool because a lot of stores offer that as well.
Well, credit cards are still a lot more convenient. But
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it really is amazing how much stuff you can do at a
But
convenience store.
those terminals at the convenience stores, they all have different names depending on the convenience store chain. But you can pay for Amazon purchases. You can buy concert tickets. You can buy bus, train, and airplane tickets.
Ship packages is another
you
one.
can ship packages.
Pay your electric bill, gas
Yep.
bill, water
Yep.
bill, internet bill, everything.
Crazy.
Convenience stores are awesome. But yeah, again, one of the other amazing things about Amazon Japan is even if you pay for even if you don't pay for standard shipping, it's usually free. Usually, in my experience, the packages arrive within 24 to 48 hours. Which
That's
is
the other advantage of living in a small country geographically.
pretty awesome. Anyway, if you guys find yourself in Tokyo and are able to sneak into the Amazon building, we don't condone that, but just take a picture and send it to us. All right, guys, we got one last story. Alex, you want to blow through this really quickly before we wrap up the show?
Okay, so this is a pair of pretty interesting glasses which jam facial recognition. When I looked at this first, I thought it was a pair of glasses just kind of glow on your face. But actually, what these glasses do is they emit some kind of what is it?
Infrared light.
Infrared light, so that you don't actually see it, but the cameras are able to sense it, and they kind of jam what your face looks like, and therefore preventing facial recognition. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, so I mean, these are prototypes. They're big and ugly, but you have to have like a battery pack attached to them. The idea is actually really simple, though. The whole idea is, facial recognition uses kind of the position of like light and dark places on your face to identify your eyes. And what this does is it emits infrared light, which is not visible, or near infrared light, which is not visible to humans. But it's picked up by a lot of cameras, not all of
Right.
them, and that's the big caveat here. So what it does is it just breaks up the pattern of your face and makes you unrecognizable. Now, this isn't such a big issue in Japan, because as far as I know, the security camera facial recognition kind of problem is not that prevalent. But I mean, in a country like England, where there's security cameras, like multiple
Everywhere.
security cameras every block, yeah. If you really do want to protect your identity, it's a pretty good idea. I could imagine maybe Google Glass pairing up with this company.
Well, Japanese do tend to be hypersensitive about privacy issues. Because there's a lot of cultural fear of stalking and a lot of problems, well, particularly with upskirt photos, but people getting photographed in ways that they don't want to get photographed.
Yeah, definitely.
So it kind of makes sense that this would come out of Japan.
Yeah.
But things like all phones have to have a shutter sound that will go off regardless of whether or not your phone is set to silent.
Right.
It's pretty annoying, actually. Mine is really loud.
So yeah, okay. Let's kind of lay the background. So by law in Japan, any phone that's used or carried by any of the carriers has to include a shutter sound, some sort of sound, and you can usually change it. But usually the alternatives to the are incredibly obnoxious and pretty offensive to the ears.
Well, it's especially annoying for me because smartphone photography has kind of become a hobby of mine.
Yeah.
And sometimes I want to snap a picture in a place where there are people, like from the window of a train.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
And so when I do that, it goes, and everybody's like, "What the heck? Who's taking pictures?"
Right. Yeah. It's like when you're on a bus, for example, you want to take a pretty picture of the giant bridge that you're crossing. You snap a shot and
Where's the cheek on?
right, exactly.
Where's the upskirt photography?
Who's trying to photograph my panties?
Yeah.
It's pretty annoying. Well, I mean, so recently I was in LA and I was doing the same thing. I didn't have my camera with me, but I had my phone, and everywhere I went, I was taking pictures. And every time I took a picture, everybody in the restaurant would go like, "Who the hell is that guy? What the hell does he think he's doing?" Anyway, guys, we got to wrap up the show. But before we go, we'll tell you all about our blog, badcommunicationjapan.com, where you can find links to all of the articles we have talked about today. Any last things you guys want to mention before we check out for the day? No? Last call?
Upcoming shows.
Oh, yes, that's right. So we're going to take a break next week. It's the 4th of July weekend, so enjoy that. Enjoy your barbecues. Eat lots of meat, but not too much. Don't get too fat. And we're also going to take a break, but we will be back live next show. And we're going to prepare a little bit of a, I hesitate to say filler episode, but we're going to prepare an on-demand only episode for you guys for next week. Yeah, thank you so much for reminding me, Alex.
Yep.
All right, guys, we got to get out of here for now. So once again, my name is Hiroki Matsouchi.
And I'm Andrew Hawkins.
And I'm Alex Kobayashi.
And this is Bad Communication. Shake 5 times, and we will smell much better. All right, see you guys next time.
Later.
Bye. All right, smooth as butter. What do you guys think about doing it all the way through?
It's good.
That wasn't bad.
Okay. So, sorry to everybody who watched the show live. Let me go over your comments. You should show us some different vending machines in your area to prove you're in Japan. You guys still don't believe us?
They're trolling us.
Damn you, trolls.
They're just being punks.
All right. Vending machines it is. It's my my next video. Let's see.
What foreigner in Japan doesn't have a vending machine video?
I don't, not yet.
Oh, you don't yet.
All right, so that's the thing then.
It's your homework.
Let's see. Kagan is not going to be appearing on the weekly show. She has better things to do. All right, let's see. OMG Cat, yes, he was on there. Just came to watch the show. Thank you very much. Ben's in the wrong time zone. Why are you guys on right now? Asking ourselves that same question.
201 Marino says these guys are not from Japan.
Yeah, 201 Marino is a total troll, by the way.
Yeah.
Hyperoxia is when you get too much oxygen and potentially die. Okay, staying up till 4 would have its perks. All right, we have addressed all of the comments. All right, well, anyway, thank you guys very much for watching the Bad Communication Podcast. This is kind of the post show. And again, if you guys want to find all sorts of great information about us, you can do so at badcommunicationjapan.com. All right, we're going to kill the stream. See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.